fix what I couldn't see. Eating clean, playing my part, still something breaking inside my heart. I was doing everything right, and everything kept getting worse. Following every line they drew, still ended up in reverse. Five pills lined up on the sink, each one telling me what to think. Said give it time, you'll be okay, but I kept drifting further away. I was doing everything right, and everything kept getting worse. Gave them everything I had, still couldn't break that curse. Then one day I just let it go, stopped chasing what I didn't know. Took one step, changed one thing, turned my back on everything. On everything. Oh. I'm Lance, yeah, this is my why. North Dakota Carnivore changed my life. Kept it simple, stripped it down, turned it all the way around. Lost the weight, cleared my mind, left that old road far behind. What I found was something true, did it myself, and so can you. I was doing everything right till I walked a different line. Now I see it clear as day. This life is finally mine. This is why I do what I do. North Dakota Carnivore, seeing it through. Reversed it all, yeah, made it through. Let's stay together strong, me and you.
Thank you very much. Again, thank you. There's so much for John Together Strong for that video. That was absolutely amazing. I just caught Uncle Willie telling me that I was muted. So Bryce Biscuit was here first thing this morning. He's heading out to church. Just want to stop in and say hello, and he might catch me at the back end of this. So, and Brian Airy was here. Good morning. Yeah, that was actually a really good. I really like that. Good morning, Aaron. You were umping yesterday. Yeah, everything was. Right now, it's a beautiful day out here. Yesterday was really windy just all day. We're in a red flag warning today because of the wind, and it's supposed to be picking up here shortly, and it's going to be terrible. The last big wind we had a week ago, I actually lost some shingles off of my house, and the owner still hasn't fixed them yet. They were notified, but still hasn't happened. And that video is the work of John Together Strong. Amazing. I really appreciate it. Yeah, we got one of my granddaughters in the video, which is awesome. And the cool part about that is the animation coming off of all the just regular pictures, and the one where she was riding with me in the on that scooter, and how happy she is, and that's the way she normally is too. It's really cool. Good morning, Terry. No, I don't have a nickname. It's still just me. Yeah, that's because I'm a bonehead. I had this turned off so I could pour my coffee and not interrupt and catch it on the mic while that was playing. Jeff's wife. Good morning, Jeff and Michelle from West Virginia. Nice to see you here today. And John Together Strong, sharing experience, strength, and hope one day at a time. Uncle Willie says, good morning to everybody. It's nice to have you here. Yeah, I'm back. That was you sorting out the wires. Yeah, Brian, great job. John is really good at this stuff. Aaron says today is nicer than yesterday. My game was canceled today. Well, it's good for you. You get to actually go out and enjoy the day. Got up this morning, and I think our temp today was, when I got up, was 35 degrees, so it was above freezing, and we're heading up to 75 today. But we're in a red flag wind warning, and my wife wants to, we didn't do it yesterday. She wants to clean out the garage to organize stuff and the back shed. Good morning, Rick. Hello, Quackers. It was nice seeing you on with Mitch this morning. That was pretty cool. That was really nice that Mitch jumped on and did a impromptu live to keep Kiltz's time slot occupied. I did the same thing. I checked YouTube to see if Kiltz was going to pop on there, and I saw Mitch was live, and I'm like, he's doing this because Dr. Kiltz is in there, so exactly what I figured. And let's see, where's that at? You guys have Saturday mornings free? Stop by Charger Mopar's World. Rick has some really cool stuff he does on the weekends here. He's got a live stream, and he goes over a lot of stuff. And everybody's saying good morning. Rick, John, Terry. Gonna fish cooking these sausages and do some yard work. Yeah, Uncle Willie. I made my wife breakfast this morning right before I came in here and did this here, actually. I was making my wife some scrambled eggs. And she's actually heading out right now because she had to get some more cream cheese because she's making Aaron's video on his, what'd you call that? Cracked chicken that you made, Aaron? You check out Aaron's channel and go to his shorts. He's got a chicken video in there. It's the first one on there right now. I believe it's cracked chicken that he's got. Oh, where did it go? There. This is Aaron's channel. Oh, why didn't take that away? Go name. All right. There, the Carnivore guy. That's Aaron. Go check out his video. He's actually got another one up there on his long form for a a cheeseburger casserole. I haven't shown my wife that one yet. Why I missed this here. Today you have fog on the side of the house and clear skies on the other side. Choices. Huh. That's pretty cool. You're gonna have to go take pictures of that. That would be really awesome. Yeah, Rick's lives they're lively. And he goes through all the comments and he talks to the people and he shows stuff. He goes through his computer and goes through a bunch of stuff and he gives shout out to everybody that's doing their lives like this. And it's actually really nice to have Rick. Hey, that's my wife. Good morning, honey. Love you. Awesome. Oh, yeah. That's the other thing that I did do today. I got, well, let me do this first. I got to pop this one out here. You can click on that QR code if you want to share pictures, or you can use the link I just put into the chat. I remembered the last time I got this to work, I saved a code and I put it on a Word document, so I actually have it. And Aaron says, yes, cracked chicken. And it looks absolutely amazing. We're going to be having that for, well, and however many hours it was to cook it, that's what we're going to have. Hey, good morning, Jeff. Just finished your walk. 68 minutes today. Awesome. How many miles did you get in on that one then? Is that just over 4 miles? Jeff's wife says, need your cracked chicken recipe. It's a short form video, but if you click the 3 dots, it'll let you go into the description, and it's in the description on his video. And hold on one second here. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Let me just give me one moment here. My internet seems to be very slow this morning for probably good reason. Maybe this completely crazy wind that's going on out there. I can hear it's picking up right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put Aaron's link for that cracked chicken in the description here. There you go, Terry. You should be able to get that out there now or Jeff's wife. So I just popped that into the chat so you can pull that out and go take a look at it. Click the 3 dots and then view description, and it gives you the written directions too. Aaron says, I am kicking butt for cheeseburger video. Can't believe I forgot the mustard. Yeah. But your daughter remembered. And that's the good part. Great start to the stream. Nicely done, John. It's an absolutely amazing video. Oh yeah. Which link? That link sent you to Larry's channel? Well, that's not nice. I copied that right off of my computer screen when I did that. And let's see. Each time I try to do the Dropbox and I try to do these pictures and stuff, for whatever reason, it does not want to give me what I want to do. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes I just have really, I have a hard time with the technology on this stuff. It just boggles my mind how difficult it can be to make things simple for people to share and to do stuff like that. Try that link, Brian, and see if that one works. I don't know if it will or not, but let's see. All right. Okay, 4 miles, just a little slower today. Well, it's not a bad thing. It's not you don't always have to do it at that pace. If you do it just over 4 hour or just over an hour and you get your 4 miles in, it's still a good pace. You're still doing something out there that I'm not really doing. And it is a long walk. Jeff's 34 degrees here in Southwest Ohio this morning. It was 35 degrees this morning in North Central North Dakota. We're heading up to 75 degrees. So it's going to be a nice day. I'm actually wearing shorts for the first time this year in preparation for the nice day. Remember, don't be a zombie. Drink your coffee. All right. Yeah, and it shouldn't have went to Larry's. I'm going to delete that actual comment. You usually do 4 miles. You're used to it. See, when I do go out there and I do my walks, I do just like a 3 mile. Yeah, the Devil's Tower in Wyoming. When I drove through Wyoming last summer, we didn't get close enough to it. But I did get stuck on the interstate for, what did my wife and I get stuck on the interstate out there for? It was several hours. And all it was truck drivers not wanting to merge, which is just crazy. Oh, let's see. Oh, what the heck? So it's still the old stuff on there. Did you guys try that new link at all to see if that worked or not? Aaron was doing yard work yesterday. Trees came down over the winter. Now it's cleanup. Luckily, none of our trees came down over the winter time, which really surprised me because we'd had some last year. But this year it's been pretty good. This last today tragedy. All right, let me look here. See if I can figure out how to do this. Ooh, let's put it right there. Now that's working right. All right. So I did get a couple of these here videos or a couple of these pictures here. Let me see if I can figure out what the heck I'm doing on this part of it. I am nowhere near as quick as Larry at doing this kind of stuff. And now let's see one more. I did do a good thing. I left enough space. I can only have 10 pictures in the system at a time. So I do have some of my stuff that's in there right now. But this is what Terry was talking about. Wait, let's go this one. She's got fog over the water on the one side of her house. And then the other side, beautiful. So you got what on this? You have smoke on the water. No fire in the sky here. That's awesome. And then Mr. Brian. Bella sardines in extra olive oil with lemon and smoke flavor. All natural, product of Portugal, wild caught. Those look delicious. I'm not gonna lie, because I do like sardines. Those are pretty cool. Aaron, have you tried those? Let me add this back on here. Have you tried these sardines yet, Aaron? Might be worth giving a review on those, huh? That'd be pretty cool. Oh, where am I? Yeah. The first time I saw that profile picture, I had to do that too. I had to look at that. I'm like, okay, yeah. And it took me a moment to figure out what that was. It was featured in Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Yep. Do a side by side. There's a way to do it. You have to put it together and then save it and put it up here. And I'm not that quick with stuff like that. In fact, I don't think I put that stuff on this computer. I used to have a that's cool, John. I appreciate that. I used to have on my other laptop, I have a program where I can do that kind of stuff with, and I just never put it on this one. Uncle Willie says I have to do yard work and you'll be listening. Time to get the can opener. Heck yeah. Get some sardines going there. I don't mind the sardines. So I know we're having that cracked chicken from Aaron tonight. So what my wife is making right now. She actually ran to the store to get another cream cheese, and I think she was getting something else to go with it. Brian, are we going to know your results tomorrow for your sardine fast? Or are we going to have the results on Tuesday? You haven't tried the Bella yet? Oh, you sent more pictures, Brian. There they are. That is cool. Wow. Give me just a moment here while I put these in my greens here. So Brian at one point was over 700 pounds. And this is Brian at 700 pounds. He's a big guy. That's a lot of weight. And this one here is a recent picture, 268 pounds. That is Brian now. That's absolutely amazing. Congratulations, Brian. I know you got to feel so much better. This is what this way of eating will do. It will help you in so many ways. That's absolutely amazing. Yep. Yeah, she grabbed some sardines from a local Asian market and Italian specialty store recently. I've just gotten brave enough to try the King Oscar, and those are actually pretty damn good. You had no idea I had a tattoo. I actually have two tattoos. I have this one here is my gargoyle. It's on my left side. Gargoyles are symbolic because they are protectors. You see them on churches and stuff because they protect from evil. And this is symbolic for me. It's on my left arm, so it's protecting my heart from evil. And then I got my American eagle and flag on there. And my CGM, you can see that. And I also have my wedding ring tattooed on my hand. My wife is supposed to get her wedding ring done, but she chickened out because she's afraid of the pain. Need better quality sardine brands to go on sale. Yeah, because they do tend to be a little bit more money on that. Yeah. Terry says, Brian, you came a long way, friend. So proud of you. Extremely proud. That is an amazing feat that he has done. Yeah, Aaron says that's a great job. Jeff says an article on avoiding dementia. Conclusion was being socially active is the best deterrent. Socially active and avoiding carbohydrates is the best deterrent. That was actually really good. Yeah, John, that's amazing, isn't it? He has come a long way on that. It's Bill Knott has yet to get to that point. You know, Bill Knott started at 700 pounds and he's into the mid 300s now. And he's down the same path that Brian was. That's actually really cool. What do you think of being active in chats? I think it helps out tremendously being active in chats. We have so many people that share their information, and to me, that's one of the things that helped me even do this diet was being in chats and watching people interact and learning from what people are doing. Not learning. I mean, seeing this here is just amazing. Talking to Brian in the chats is what inspires me, and it's what inspired me to begin with to even try the carnivore diet was being active in the chats. Because I actually looked at this stuff for about 2.5 months before I started doing it. I've been watching Dr. Barry. I've been watching his live videos that he was doing, and there were a few other lives out there that I was watching, and then I was reading people. I wasn't active in them, I was just reading it, and I was just being one of those guys that was, in the background, not saying anything. And it's the interaction between the people in the chats, the end of one experiments that people are doing on themselves and sharing that made the difference for me. Yeah, Rick says Bill Nada has lost a lot of weight. He has. He's done a great job on it too. It sucks that his channel got hacked and he lost all that information that he had on there because he had some great videos on there. He had some really cool before and after. I mean, you could watch his progress through his videos. Well, it's the same, even on my channel. You can go back to my first video and take a look at my face, and you can see the difference between what I look like now and what I look like in December of 2024 when I first started doing videos. It's a huge difference. And John says it's so important to share our stories in the chat so that people that are struggling can see that this works. Yeah. And not just being dogmatic about it either. I've gained weight this last couple of months here. From my lowest point in February, the first week of February, I was 205. Last week when I started my 5-day fast, I was 225. So I'd gained 20 pounds. Did I know I was gaining weight? Kind of. I wasn't being really careful about what I was eating or how much I was eating. I was trying different things. My wife and I were going to hockey on weekends, and yeah, we had popcorn and stuff. I'd also been trying keto bricks. I gained some weight. And when I stepped on the scale that morning and I saw my weight, I'm like, yeah, it's a good thing I'm doing a fast because I do need to lose some weight and I will lose weight on a fast. Now, I don't fast to lose weight. I fast for the healing benefits of it because there's so many things that happen to your body when you do a fast. And I am not metabolically healthy yet. My body still has a lot of healing, and a lot of that healing comes during a fast. Not everybody has the body fat to do it. So it's not for everybody, but it is a skill to have. Or some people call it a muscle, flexing your fasting muscle, but it's a skill. Overcoming the food noise and overcoming the habit of eating. Rick says it is odd to me since I've never been overweight in my life, right? And back when I was in my teens and my early 20s, man, I could eat and eat, and I never gained weight. I graduated high school. I was 172 pounds. Went to college for a year, and I gained 5 pounds in college. I joined the military, and I was 177 pounds. All through my 8 years in the military, I maintained between 175 and 180. Never went above that. And when I got out, I was in my mid 20s. It wasn't until I was in my early 30s that I started gaining weight. And a whole lot changed after that. And that was after I came back to the US. I spent my 8 years in the military in Europe. I was never stationed here in the US. Brian said, I had gastric bypass surgery shortly after that picture. Got down to 399, then gained back 500. We went back up to 500. Started this part of my journey at 474 pounds. Thank all of you. Life is a blessing. Like to lose another 100. Yeah, having that extra weight come off would be great, but you have done so much for your health just by losing what you've lost so far. That is really cool, Brian. And it's amazing. Rick says, I never changed much in any of my videos. I wish I could find a 2007 to 2010 YouTube videos. Yeah. So the only thing is you look very similar. Like the picture that you use on your thumbnail, you said the other day you were in your 30s there. You don't look much older than that now. The first picture, I was working a full-time job, 30 to 40 hours of overtime. Yeah. And being that big, that had to be rough. Working a full-time job, being this big, 30 to 40 hours of overtime. That is crazy. You're a lucky man, Rick. Yes, sir. You got to go now to meet your sister, so I'll have a great Sunday. Hugs. Have a great one, Terry. We'll see you next week. See you in the chats. Rick says, I think my diet has been why I could never gain weight. When you have been carnivore as long as you have, it may change your metabolism. You're right, Rick. You haven't damaged your body the way I have, the way Brian has, or Terry, or any of the other ones like this, because we've done this to ourselves by listening and eating what we were told was healthy for us, but we now know it wasn't. You were in that 30, you were 30 in that thumbnail pic? Yep. And I remember you just said that the other day too. I don't know if I have any pictures from when I was 30, because when I was 30, I was still pretty thin. But it wasn't long after in my 30s the first time I got big. Brian says, I had a abusive teacher when you were 10. You could see in my picture things changed after that. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, Brian, have you done any interviews with anybody telling your story? And Brian says, nope, just here in chats talking about it. You know, that would be an amazing story to tell. Kind of like Dave Mack. Dave is actually really good about interviewing people. He does an amazing job. And you seem to be quite comfortable on camera now too. So I would recommend going on Dave Mack's channel and just getting your story out there so you can inspire a lot more people through his channel, because he's got 18, he's got to be getting close to the 2,000 mark for his videos now, or interviews that he's done. That's pretty cool. Oh, where is that at? Do this here real quick again. I want to do this one more time here. It's been a few minutes. I am going to share this one more time, and I'm going to hit play.
I was running hard 6 days a week, trying to fix what I couldn't see. Eating clean, playing my part, still something breaking inside my heart. I was doing everything right, and everything kept getting worse. Following every line they drew, still ended up in reverse. lined up on the sink, each one telling me what to think. Said, give it time, you'll be okay. But I kept drifting further away. I was doing everything right, and everything kept getting worse. Gave them everything I had, still couldn't break that curse. Then one day I just let it go. Stopped chasing what I didn't know. Took one step, changed one thing, turned my back on everything. On everything. Ooh. Yeah, this is my why. North Dakota Carnivore changed my life. Kept it simple, stripped it down, turned it all the way around. Lost the weight, cleared my mind, left that old road far behind. What I found was something true, did it myself, and so can you. I was doing everything right till I walked a different line. Now I see it clear as day. This life is finally mine. This is why I do what I do. North Dakota Carnivore, seeing it through. Reversed it all, yeah, I made it through. Let's stay together strong, me and you.
That's awesome. Again, thank you, John. That's one of the coolest things I've seen out there. And then Uncle Charlie popped in. Hey, how you doing, Uncle Charlie? It's nice to see you. No, I didn't make it down to Meat Stock. It'd have been cool to be there, but not this time. Jeff says Dave Mack or Dustin at Keto Simple. Yeah, that'd be cool too. Brian says the absolute best thing about this journey is my wife. Without her, you would not be here. Absolutely. And it's the same with my wife. Without her, I wouldn't be here where I am today. That's for dang sure. Or hey, this is another one right here. Rockin' Coach Amy. You could tell your story on her channel. She does interviews. She talks to people, and that would be amazing. Yeah, it's an amazing song. It's an amazing video, and it's from John Together Strong. Everybody saying hi to Amy here. When is the tour? Freaking awesome. Yes. A rock star. I thought the very end where you take me from sitting in my chair here and I kick the chair back. Now I got a guitar. That was amazing. And every time I watch it, I see something new in there too. What I like about your videos, John, there's so much that goes on into them. Yeah, the video is awesome. He does an amazing job. And taking this picture and making my wife and I walk up here, that's freaking cool. But this is me 6 months before I started my carnivore diet. This was me in March of 2024. I started my carnivore diet in August of 2024. But this is me just about 2 years later. I went from 340 pounds plus in this picture to 205 in this picture. Amazing. This was in May of 2024. And you can see how big I am. This was April of 2026. It's a huge difference. And the biggest way to get there is eating foods like this, bacon and eggs. This was my breakfast yesterday, and that was my dinner yesterday. Just eating like that makes a huge difference in how you feel and what your body does with it. Because not all the calories are created the same. You know, what your body does with the nutrients that you put into it vary depending upon what it is that you're eating. Do I have a six pack? My six pack is still surrounded by a keg. So no, it's there and I can feel it, but it's still got all the fat around it. So I'm not there yet. And I don't know if I ever will be because it's not always the healthiest thing to do is to be that thin. I did at one point when I was doing Insanity 6 days a week. I did have a six pack and I worked out 6 days a week for 5 years and it almost killed me. Literally, it almost did. So that's one of the reasons why I do what I do now. It's much easier and it's much better for your body. That's why I'm doing this, Brian. And I said that on one of my first videos I ever did. I don't care how many people I get that subscribe or anything. If I touch one person's life to help them heal and get better because of this, then it's worth it to me. I'm not one of these people that want to get out there and be the life of the party. If you've ever done the Myers-Briggs personality type testing, I'm an introvert. And my introvert extrovert number is off by one question. If I answer one question one way, then I'll be an extrovert. If I answer it the other way, then I'm an introvert. But I am the introvert side. This diet has helped me come out of that a little bit. So I might be like just a shadow of a extrovert, but I'm a very introverted person. My wife and I both are. Oh yeah, you said no pictures of bacon. I'm sorry. All right, let's replace that with this steak. That wasn't nice either, was it? Oh, sorry. Amy says you think you got too skinny in the 148. Yeah, and sometimes, depending upon how you do it, it makes the difference too. Bill Cook, good morning. How are you? It's nice to see you here today. And Rick says he's always been outgoing. You know, it's an amazing that people are like that at times. I can't be. It just doesn't work for me. Sometimes even sitting in here like right now, sometimes even doing this is hard for me, but I still do it. Yeah. So, oh, what a day. And I actually haven't checked my ketones or anything since I ended my fast on Friday night. So I don't even know where I'm at with those. All I know is I know my blood sugars have come up, and it doesn't matter. I know Dr. Brian talks about this. After I broke my fast with 2 eggs and the bacon. Well, maybe it was because I ate a pound of bacon after that. But my meal after the eggs and bacon was 2 cans of sardines, the extra virgin olive oil, and I had all the oil with it. And my glucose still went up with that. It shouldn't have, but I guess that does kind of show that I'm still not metabolically healthy because my glucose still goes up even with eating sardines, where it actually should be going back down again. Dang it. Brian says he would love to go to Meat Stock, but the meet and greet would kill you. Ah, you'd have a lot of fun there. I'm pretty sure that would be an amazing part. John says that he's an introvert by design. It helps my workflow, keeping maintained discipline. Yep, and that's some of what I 100% agree with that. It does make a difference. And Amy says the hardest part was when I first started streaming 5 years ago and no one was watching. I was just talking to the camera. And it's amazing. And I appreciate everybody that comes into these live streams because it makes a huge difference. Even having one person in here chatting back to you and talking with you is really cool. Does bacon raise blood pressure? No, not in my experience. Not for me. It does not. My eating bacon and eggs, when I first started this diet, I ate a ton of bacon, and I came off of 5 blood pressure medications in 6 weeks. So, in my experience and for my body, no, bacon does not raise your blood pressure. Yeah, there we go, talking about bacon again. Rick says meat stock is for the rich, quack stock is for the rest of us. Now that we should be doing, Rick, quack stock would be something to go to. John says, Amy, YouTube has shadow banning people in the diet world back then. They loosened up quite a bit. Yep. Yeah. For the rich, the blood pressure has always been low. Yeah. That's because you've been eating a anti-inflammatory diet for your whole life almost, Rick. Unlike the rest of us. It's the chemicals and everything that are in the plants that are causing the damage. Plants are medicine, not food. Plants do have a purpose. We do get medications from them to help different things, but they're not meant to be eaten constantly. Our bodies can withstand plants to a certain point, but the vast majority of what we should be doing with plants is very small, very limited. You fatten yourself up in the fall so that you can survive the winter and only eat plants for just a short period of time. Brian says he'd love to go to Quack Stock. Amy says, well, and I started streaming Facebook. Facebook deletes all your content. See, and I stopped posting on Facebook 6 years ago, 7 years ago. I don't hardly put anything on there at all. When I was doing my Beachbody workouts, I used to do a lot on Facebook. I had a Facebook group that I ran. I was a Beachbody coach. I had a lot of people that were doing stuff in there, and then over time, that all came to an end, and it's just, I never got back into doing any of that stuff. But Facebook is like probably my least favorite social media platform that I was ever on, and I was never on Instagram, so never did any of that stuff. Admission to Quackstock will be free for all. That's cool. Iguanas and ducks. Yeah, Bill. Brian says, I think if I would have been working as much as I was, I would have been in Bill's shoes. He's a good guy. If you wouldn't have been working, okay. So if you'd have been more sedentary like Bill, you would have been in his shoes too, where he was really pretty much disabled because of his weight and stuff. Yeah, he was really bad off, you know. And well, even me at 340 plus pounds in this picture, I was extremely unhealthy. I was supposed to be taking two different statins, but I took them for like 2 weeks, and I had so many aches and pains, and I could barely move when I woke up when I was taking those. I took them for about 2 weeks, and I stopped taking them. I was supposed to be taking prescription fish pills. Um, I was supposed to be taking another prescription for weight loss. It was a pill. I can't remember what the name of it was, but it was a seizure medication that the side effect was weight loss. And I was on 5 blood pressure medications, and my blood pressure was still out of control when I was this size. I don't know how much longer I would have lived being that big. It's just not a cool thing to do. What the hell? Uncle Charlie, 4,800 for PhD certification. We all know how to eat. I can buy 2 years or more of meat plus a new freezer. And I actually looked at Nightbot, but I disabled the damn thing, and it still came in here and did this. I didn't want it to do anything in here. I'm actually going to delete that. Yeah, the $4,800 for the PhD certification, it is quite a bit of money. And no, we all don't know how to eat, and we all don't know what's going on. I I don't have the PhD certification through Dr. Barry. I do have the doctor, but nope. See, I'm just all bass backwards in here. I do have the Kiltz certification for a coach, and the Kiltz one was a lot less expensive. But we all don't know how to eat. We're learning. We're learning a lot of things that go on here. But yeah, $4,800, that is quite expensive. And that is a year's worth of meat. Bill says, thinks statins blew my liver up, so you couldn't breathe as well. Statins do a lot of damage to the body, a lot more than what people expect, and a lot more than what people know about. It's my opinion and what I've seen from it. It caused me an extreme amount of pain. Brian says, you get to the bed, it's a killer. He's a rock star for getting out of that bed. Yeah, Bill's a rock star for everything that he's gone through so far, and well, so are you, Brian. You've come so far, and that is absolutely amazing what you've done. Yeah, I'm not going to pronounce that medication you took it for migraines and lost a bunch of weight. Yeah, it's Topra something. That's another name for it. That might be the same medication as for seizures, migraines, and stuff like that. Topramax might have been another name for it. Well, thanks, Rick. I feel so much better, and my life has changed in so many ways because of this way of eating, and all the people that I've met in this area. It's actually really, really good. Yeah, I don't think he's getting rich off of YouTube. But he is making money on it, that's for sure. Certifications do no good anyway. The government doesn't recognize it anyway. No, they don't. And, but I recognize that I have mine, and I have that much knowledge about what I'm talking about because I still learn every day. Eat instinctively, and for some people that works. Some people it doesn't. Like for me and others out there, that signal that tells you that you're full, I didn't get that for a long time. Just never came across my body. And I didn't start getting that until this last February. And I still don't get it some days. So eat until you're full or eat instinctively doesn't work for everybody, especially those of us who are so metabolically damaged that our bodies don't produce the proper hormones anymore that we should be. I wish we would. I wish it'd be that easy. Bill says no guarantees you'll have clients. Right. There's no guarantees, and I'm not trying to find clients. If somebody comes to me and wants information, I will help them out. If somebody wants a coach that's going to be there to coach them and to give them advice and be that person for them, I'll refer them to Amy or Juliet or those kind of people who are actively trying to do this. This is for me and my family is why I did it. And mostly it's for me, just so I had the knowledge and I knew what I was doing to my body when I'm doing all this. Rick says, I think Dr. Berry is all about the money like several of the influencers are. I don't know if he's all about the money. I know he's making money off it, but there are some influencers out there that I've stopped watching because of that. And yeah, I'll just put it on that. I've completely stopped watching some of them. Yeah, Dr. Kiltz, there are quite a few people that are using GLP-1s. Do I agree with them? Yes and no. Some people need that little bit of help. If you're using it short term, and I'm talking like weeks, not months or years, if you're using it short term to help get over that hunger, to help your body to stop being hungry all the time, because it will do that. And you're learning to uh, change your relationship with food with somebody like Coach Amy, then yeah, there use the GLP-1 to get over that hump until your relationship with food has changed to the point where you can stop using that GLP-1 and you don't gain the weight back. You don't go back to your old way of eating. Once you learn that that old way of eating is what's causing this and stuff, and you can move away from it, the better off you'll be. Rick says, I am not and never will be a rock star. I am more like the elevator music. You are a rock star. You're one of the oldest and longest carnivores out there. And people talk about you all the time, Rick, in a positive manner. So you are a rock star in our world. Now, Baker is saying if we eat too much, even of health food, we can still gain weight. Well, yeah, we can gain weight. Some people, again, that goes back to our metabolic health. Rick probably won't gain weight because he can't eat enough because his body is metabolically healthy. If I ate the way Rick eats, I am going to gain weight because my body is still not metabolically healthy. I still track my food once in a while to make sure that I'm eating within a certain amount of calories And my calories from fat and my calories from protein are adjusted where they need to be. And I can go back and I can look and see when I had stuff like popcorn. Yeah, popcorn's not good for me. I can see when I had popcorn. I can see when I had the keto bricks, and I can see what it did to my body. But if I just eat my meat, then I'm good. Brian says knowledge is king. How you get there is up to you, just as long as you get there. That is true. Uncle Charlie says he started a water fast yesterday, going 5 days. That's amazing, Uncle Charlie. Keep us posted and let us know how it's going. I just finished my 5 day water fast on Friday, so. And you started yours on Saturday, which is the only time I've done a 7 day fast is when I started my fast after my meal on Friday night, and I went through Saturday, Sunday to begin with. Weekends are the hardest time for me. How much is the Kiltz course? The Kiltz course right now is it's like $4.99 or something like that. But I believe if you go to Coach Amy or Coach Juliet, they have a discount code that can be used to save 10%, I think it is. So you could go through them and get a discount code. That was something that was offered to everybody that's been through their coaching course. If they're going to actively promote that stuff, they can, have a code. I chose not to do. I'm not actively doing it, so I didn't ask for a code. Yeah, Rick, you're making music. You're making your music, and people are listening. Keep it up. Absolutely. And that's your daily videos, the videos on your bike rides and stuff like that. Yeah, I watch them. People watch them, and they're helping people. You do a lot of good out there, Rick. Bill says every day is something I didn't know. Yeah, I learn new stuff every day. And it's amazing what a person can learn when their mind is open. Brian says, I am no longer dogmatic. My journey is my journey and no one else's. If someone sees what I'm doing and it helps them 100%, that is great. Absolutely. I am 100% with you on that. You could be wrong, but honestly, Rick, I think you should try a day or two fasting and see how you feel, just as an experiment. I don't know if Rick would need to fast. Rick's not at a point in his life or in his where he would need to be doing that. Brian says, I don't care how people get to their point just as long as they get there. Yeah, and it doesn't have to be on the carnivore diet. It could be on a keto diet. It could be on a vegan diet. We all know that the standard American diet with all the processed foods and all the sugars is not the right diet. And how many people have heard, well, what study shows a ketogenic diet or a carnivore diet is good for you? My answer to that is show me a study that showed the standard American diet in 1977 that they put out was good for anybody. There weren't any. It was an advertising campaign that got put out there and it took off. And now that's what we do because we're advertising and we're selling grains. And who was it I was talking about this morning? Was that on Mitch that they were talking about grains, like grain-fed cattle? You serve grains to cattle at the end to fatten them up. What do you think they're doing to us? They're making us into cattle, serving us grains. And that's what happened, started in 1977 with the food pyramid. Right? So Rick says he's tried going a day without eating and it made him super lazy. His body's not used to doing that kind of stuff. They have peptides that recently have been approved. Yep. And there's all kinds of stuff that they're going to put out there. And whether or not it's any good for anybody, that's yet to be seen. Rick said the next morning ate a dozen eggs and half a heart attack burger. Got your energy back. It's only because your body is confused at the moment, Rick. You eat more and it makes me more active. Yeah. Thank you. It is amazing results. And it's just been a lot of fun doing this. It really has. I've had so much fun learning from everybody that's doing this. People in the comments and the chats, just amazing. If you eat a heart attack burger for lunch, it makes me lazy for 2 hours, then you end up working like mad until you're ready for a shower, right? Once you start getting all that fat digested, you just get full of energy. You want to try a 7 day or a 10 day fast? I'm thinking here towards the end of the month, I'm probably going to do a 7 day fast again. But for the rest of the month, I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be fasting Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'll be eating Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. Part of the group I'm with, the Carnivore Quest crew they're doing beef, butter, bacon, and egg challenge for the month of May. And what I'll be doing on the Tuesday and Thursday that I am going to eat will be a BBBE. And then Larry has opened it up. So on the weekends, on your weekend, which is for me would be Saturday and Sunday, you can also add in other carnivore foods like fish or shrimp or chicken so that you can have a variety on the weekend, because some people find it way too restrictive not having the ability to have other foods. But that's kind of the point. But to see if it helps people stick to a BBE challenge to have open weekends, why not? It'd be actually pretty cool. Retired Rick, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Yeah, hit that thumbs up. It does help. Kiltz has a talent for giving you more value than anyone else, and he does. Kiltz has got some really good stuff out there, and he's an amazing, supportive person. 25% off. That's what the Kiltz coach. The link that they get. Did you get one, Bill? Thank you. You're also a Kiltz coach. John Together Strong. Midnight tonight, I start my 20-day water fast. Cool. You have to keep us informed. Let us know how you're doing on that, John. Oh, you're on the vertical view. Oh yeah, I forgot to put this on there too. I did this the other day too. I put these on here so that people can see. I forget to do that. All right. I don't know why, but that vertical view, when you put that on there, it gets a lot more views, but it also gets a lot more folds in there too. Good luck, John. It's going to be a long fast. Brian says, I look at creatures and I think if they would be friends, I stay with them. And the ones that aren't, I let go. Yeah. Jeff says, stay strong, John. Rick says he feels supercharged after meals of meat. And that is what happens. You do get a lot of energy depending upon the meal. I've had issues recently with like pork steaks and stuff. They haven't been tasting good to me. So, and I haven't had the energy after eating them either, which is really weird. The computer stuff is so much harder after I got sick. Yeah. Doing stuff and having to think on a sad diet does make it hard. Bill says if I could even eat a heart attack burger, if I could even eat a heart attack burger, I'd be napping for 4 or 5 hours. Yeah, it does take a lot. I haven't done it with the uh, chaffle buns, but I have had a heart attack burger. I can do it without the chaffle buns. I don't care for those to begin with, but 2 pounds of meat for a burger with cheese and bacon. I did that the other day. I actually got the video that Amy did with you, Rick, where she's got that hamburger press that she did. I actually got that one, and that's how I make my burger patties now for myself and my wife. Actually, it's pretty cool. Fasting fixes stuff. Yes, it does, Bill. It's fixed a lot of stuff for me. My body is healed tremendously when I fast. Autophagy in the body is an awesome thing, especially when the stem cells are activated. And hitting that where your body heals like this is a tremendous thing. The buns that Terry made look great. Yeah, it really does. Well, it's at that time again. I've been an hour and 17 minutes, so it's been a few minutes here. I am going to end this, and let me do this one more time. What? Oh, yeah. How about them Sabres? The Sabres, Golden Knights, and the Wild have all advanced. My son's a Wild fan. I'm a Golden Knights fan. Aaron is a Sabres fan. Hockey. It's amazing. You're welcome, Brian. And I appreciate every one of you here that comes in and hangs out with me. You guys are what makes this happen. So I do appreciate it. Kel, good morning. How are you today? I'm just getting ready to end this, but I wanted to end this the way I started it today. I'm going to actually share the screen, and I'm going to play this video again.
I was running hard 6 days a week, trying to fix what I couldn't see. Eating clean, playing my part, still something breaking inside my heart. I was doing everything right, and everything kept getting worse. Following every line they drew, still ended up in reverse. Lined up on the sink, each one telling me what to think. Said give it time, you'll be okay, but I kept drifting further away. I was doing everything right, and everything kept getting worse. Gave them everything I had, still couldn't break that curse. Then one day I just let it go, stopped chasing what I didn't know. Took one step, changed one thing, turned my back on everything. On everything. Yeah, this is my why. North Dakota Carnivore changed my life. Kept it simple, stripped it down, turned it all the way around. Lost the weight, cleared my mind, left that old road far behind. What I found was something true, did it myself, and so can you. finally mine. This is why I do what I do. North Dakota Carnivore, seeing it through. Reversed it all, yeah, I made it through. Let's stay together strong.